Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to the Ropeadope Room. My name is Louis Marks. I'm here on a cold winter's day just outside Philadelphia, and I'm thrilled to bring another great program to you. We are now in the second part of the first episode of Under the Sonic Hood. This program was conceived of by Adrian Harpham, founder of Modern Icon Recordings. He wanted to get into the studio and break down the albums that are released on that label, track by track, and show people what the process is all about with the artist at hand and discuss how the songs came about and how they were recorded. If you're not familiar with Modern Icon Recordings, there is just some wonderful music there. And regardless of the difference in artist, there is a similarity in the way Adrian produces and records. And that's why it's so interesting to see him get into the studio to do this. You can learn more at modern-icon.bandcamp.com to see these different artists and to support them. We've already started episode 1 with Derek Nievergelt, and it's been some time, in between the beginning of this program and today, air dates, COVID happened. So it's really interesting to look back at content that was created before we all locked down and to revisit it and present it. Derek Nievergelt is a bassist, composer. He counts Terrence Blanchard and Ron Carter as his mentors. Derek and Adrian would travel together often with different artists on the road, and they dreamed of doing this album titled The Jewels, and it is available on nievergeltmusic.bandcamp.com. I hope somebody puts that proper spelling in the comments. So I just want to say thanks to Gradwell Studios, which is right down the street from the Ropeadope Room. Beautiful board there and beautiful room, and they're very, very helpful in getting this done. So let's tune into the second part of Under the Sonic Hood with Adrian Harpham and Derek Nievergelt.
Thanks. Yeah,
nice hair.
They're just for show.
Nice beard.
Oh, your beard is good.
Yeah.
Just a compliment for you.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Flight of the Conchords quote.
Roulette?
Yes. Let's see what this sounds like. It's so-called music.
You're making more money.
Actually, I'm not.
We've redecorated, expanded. The narcotics business is in the smoke.
That's you doing the ha sound, right?
That's all of us.
Oh, really? Around one mic?
remember, we were all into
Around
the
the
room
mic.
mics. You, me, Joel, Al.
Okay.
And we were, every fourth beat, we went,
That was slick. It sounds like
That was a Joel idea.
It sounds like one person. Who played the shaker?
I think you were.
Okay.
You were, that's a separate, right? That was on a separate.
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm not. It doesn't sound that good, so it must be me because I'm not a great shaker player.
You know that.
And you know that.
And that's
Yeah.
one of your quotes. What are you talking about? You're a great shaker player.
Yeah.
This was.
Who's that?
This is I forget his name, but it's another band that Joel produces called the Federation of the Disco Pimp.
Okay.
Led by a guy named Marco Cafolla.
Okay.
And they were nice enough to go to some cool studio in Edinburgh with all kinds of great stuff, and they sent this stuff with that great what's that? It's the metal plate delay machine.
Oh, okay.
Blanking.
EMT?
No. It's not reverb, delay.
Oh.
I'm blanking on the name. Oh, that made it on there? Who did that? Hey, who was that? I can't remember, but I remember us joking about
We
it.
were utilizing every single possible sound. Yeah.
That was interesting. I mean, this is my shit, man. So we were trying to be like, I was like, we need a rocky-ish theme, right?
Yeah,
I walked in
rocky
there.
theme, yeah.
And then Al was like, I got changes. The next thing I know, he's running over to a corner with a pen and paper,
Yeah.
and he's writing these chords down.
Yeah.
And he's like, let's try this.
Wow.
And that's how we
Yeah.
started doing it.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, this was one take. There's no extra takes.
Really? Wow.
There's no other audio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is us out of the bat.
Yeah.
Maybe we rehearsed a little bit. We probably rehearsed.
Rehearsed a little bit, and they didn't record that. And then did
Yeah.
this. Same thing though. Joel crafted it while we were getting our first full run through to make it so that by the time we came back into the console room, it sounded like a record, like an old gangster film soundtrack.
Yeah.
And then you were playing with a pick again. I remember that.
I play pick on everything, man.
Yeah, it was funny because you weren't like a big pick player, but then on this record, you were just
You know, on the road, Al and I would hang out, drink tea, and smoke cigarettes in the hotel rooms.
Yeah.
And we'd practice. And I got a lot of, like, Al, like, how do you play with
play
pick
with a pick.
technique.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot from Al
Okay.
doing that.
Same
There's
thing.
piano on here, which I...
Who's playing piano?
I think that's me. I don't know. I don't remember, honestly. I really don't. There's like little reversals in there that Joel added for sure. But it's the
Reverse
same
piano.
There's a cool weird string. Oh, one thing I really liked is that you left in my guide vocals for the horn section stuff.
Okay.
Which I think really works. Like if you're going, by the way, if you're
This is
going
the track
from-
I finished up, by the way.
Yeah, this is.
We kind of split up, finishing up post-production
Yeah, see, that's
duties.
Where's the strings? Oh, they're here, right? Hold on, let me get it from a spot where there's strings. Pardon my blindness. Horn section. Let's go from here. Yeah, there we go. So I borrowed Glockenspiel. I don't know who played that. That might be Joe. I don't know. That part I don't remember. All I know is I borrowed Jeff Hill's cello, and I played cello,
I remember
which
that.
I suck
I remember
at.
you were bowing.
Horrible.
You did multiple takes.
I did cello. I did up. Hi. I did cello.
Was that an automated move?
Yeah, something. These things have a temper. I mean, she's alive. We love you, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did multiple checks, bowing on a bass, which I can do, and the cello thing, I was just like, this stuff is so out of tune. It's
You
not
were
even funny.
faking it?
Then there's a whole bunch of like fake horns, some real horns, my vocal.
What's that?
That's
synth
Joel
stuff.
on his crazy C whatever synth.
CS15.
Yeah.
CS15 or whatever.
Yeah. That's Joel. I think that, yeah.
There's
This
an
is
organ
not-
in there too.
Yeah, the organ is Marco from Federation of a Disco Pimp.
Oh, okay.
And the horns are like his horn section guys who killed it. Because all they really had to deal was like a really shite chart of mine and my guide vocal.
Yeah.
Which you left in.
Where's your vocal?
Which I was like, bro, that's cool. But
Because it sounded like a performance to me.
Yeah, and that with the fake singing and the real, the
Yeah.
fake keyboards, or not keyboards, the fake like sounding horns and strings, and the real stuff. It really like when I sit there and it feels so dynamic and real, and as a full. This is hilarious. I haven't heard actually this from you, because I if I had mixed this, I probably would have been like too self-conscious. I mean, that's some dorky ass
It sounded
shit,
like
man.
part of the track, so I left it in. It didn't sound like regardless of whether it's perfect when you hear it on its own.
I mean, this is this is my guide vocal. I love it.
Yeah.
No, I was psyched when I was like, it's cool. It's a great way to layer it in. Sorry, this is really fun for me to
Now
hear.
it's like a stealth ghost that lives in, like when everything's playing, it's like a ghost inside.
Yeah,
of the
totally.
track.
It's
It's a
amazing,
felt
yeah.
track. Another.
Oh, why am I blanking on naming this damn delay? It's the metal plate delay. I'm not gonna bust out my bone on damn. This is where brain should work. It's all on tip of my tongue.
That's okay.
What's the best delay? I mean, it sounds so good.
We can dub it in later.
You know what it feels like? It feels like French movies, like early Luc Besson movies with this sax sound.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I love it.
And
It's so weird. I love it.
every sound is
Weird
completely simpatico with the overall mood, which is kind of a foreboding.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this one is the one that like proves that you can use stuff from 2019 and stuff from like the 30s. That
Oh yeah, it's
You know
all
what I mean?
it's all in
It
one
proves it.
continuum.
Yeah. It's like you can use all these music things. Oh, what's the Japanese dude?
Yeah, so okay, so the soundbite stuff
Yeah, let me
is
back it up.
me also being a weirdo, constantly trying to add other things, and one of the things I googled in was Kurosawa, right? But same thing, when I went back to, I just would find old films that were not necessarily Kurosawa, and just listen for about 5-10 minutes till I found something that was a good sound, like some weird ass sound, and then I would just record that and use it or reverse it. So the whole intro of the song, for example, is I googled blaxploitation film and did not pay attention to the title of the film and took a weird ambient sound and then combined it with this Kurosawa supposedly weird sound, and then
This intro is really cool.
that's a voice, You playing the mix?
Should I? No, I was
Yeah.
gonna play the film.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
here it comes. This whole delay craziness going in.
So that's two ambient sounds. Yeah, exactly.
I have no idea what they're
that's
saying.
that's what that scene was about to be. Yeah,
And then this shit.
You're making more money.
I am.
yeah.
I don't know because
So-
my taxes are high. Sorry.
We've redecorated, expanded.
So I
This
googled
shit's funny as hell, man.
I googled blaxploitation film or whatever, and then I took all the mobster voices. So none of the jive
But I
jive
expect
turkey
to make
voices,
you
but
Yeah.
mobster gangster voices.
Yeah, like the Italian.
Those were the
monsters.
those are the ones that utilized.
Yeah.
You take prostitution.
Yeah.
You'll still have prostitution.
You just give me the numbers.
Give me the
You
numbers.
just give me the numbers.
Yeah.
Which I love it. It's like such a royal like old actor voice. Like,
Yeah.
I think this is my favorite. Is this my favorite one coming up? Hold on a second. Sorry.
You can keep prostitution.
You can keep prostitution.
This is an Adrian.
You know that.
You know that.
You
It's
used
a
to
line.
say that shit just randomly, dude.
I would just say that.
Yeah, like, like
I think that's.
But I mean, seriously. I mean, we started this song. That's how we started this song.
That's that. Me, Derek, and Al singular rhythm section. Turn that up a little bit. Track very quiet.
I mean,
we were tipping. Yeah.
Playing quietly is the way to get a wide range of frequencies and sounds, and you have so much to go with, and once you decide to crush things, and mix these. That's fantastic drum sound. I mean, this drumming is also some of my favorite. By the way.
Yeah, me too.
A lot of this recording is some of my favorite you. I mean, I'm just loving.
Yeah.
I always wow, you nailed the mellow. You just there's so much emotional and feel information in these things.
Mellow but menacing. We're all playing very menacing and kind of severe, but I mean, quiet. The acoustic guitar. I mean.
Oh yeah, Al in a studio situation is just kind of just let him do what he's going to do, because whatever parts he comes with, they're right. You know what I mean? I mean, that's
he's
just
very
the slight wah changes. Oh, there's 3 Al's here. Well, we have 3 Al's. That's the ideal situation in life, where there's 3 Al's.
Guitar heaven.
Yeah, that's a nylon string, right? Yeah, thank God Joel has 4 billion instruments. Ding!
You hear that?
Yeah.
He's owning the thinnest guitar sound imaginable.
Yeah. But it's beautiful. Yeah.
People want to be.
This one's gonna have a video. I'm working on that right now.
Who's gonna play the Pam Grier character?
Call it Pam.
She'd be probably into it.
You remember anything of because this was the 2nd or 3rd song we did? What was it? You recall when we were recording?
2nd or 3rd, somewhere in there. The return of the Japanese suicide. Yeah.
Maybe instead of Bronson, we should have called it. Which I feel bad that the inspiration was Rocky and then we called it Bronson.
Well, because it's not come here, da, da. It's actually not that. It's more like a Bronson. You feel you want to just grow a mustache that's
true.
that.
But it's another Philadelphia inspiration for this record.
Philly's always lurking in the shadows or right in your face.
I have no rights to Philadelphia. That's all I
No, you don't.
I have 0 rights for it.
Yeah.
If there's ever been anyone less Philadelphia credits me.
Well, but you're hanging out with me, which I try to flaunt them as often as possible. If they let me, even though I left for a while. But, Bronson, it has more of a gangster.
I mean, the feels...
a Death Wish kind of sound.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's true. You're right. It is more Bronson-y than it is. I mean, the feel is I'm always wow, we came. I don't remember how we decided to do this thing. I know like Stu Brooks is one of my favorite living bass players right now, and I know I was definitely how can I be Stu with a pick on a not dub trio song? You know what I mean? And I think that might have been going through my head when I was all doing this.
How can I be Stu but not be Stu on a song that's not as trio?
Because honestly, I have so many friends that I love how they play bass. So I'd like to emulate them. In my way, obviously, this does not sound like Stu Brooks at all. But I just wanted to throw the the cred for where I might have tried to be them, not really because I'm me, but you know what I mean.
No, I mean I love this stuff because it's just good and ignorant. It's sneaky and badass, but also good in the ignorant kind of like.
I mean, Carol Kay was definitely an influence for this record for me, and so was a lot of that Wrecking Crew, like film music. And I did, like there was that song I wrote for Robin that they did the duet with Gregory Porter. You know, I mean that song I was just basically watching like tons of '80s theme songs, and then I just wrote that song, the melody and the chords, so that it's like an '80s theme song. You know what I mean?
Michael McDonald should have sang that song.
Oh, Michael McDonald. He's got the hair for it.
Yeah. And the white hair, the white beard, but he's like 32 or something.
Yeah.
Kenny, why? It's so funny that Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald were on the Thundercat track, not just because of the era that they ruled, but because they were both like white hair, white beard guys, really young, and looked young. It's like, how do you have white hair and you look really young?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the horns you said were some fake horns, some fake horns and some real ones.
Some like native instruments, like worse sounding fake horns and strings.
So there's some real ones and some fake ones.
Yeah, there's trumpet, tenor, and alto.
Yeah.
Hammond organ layered in, real, and then like a ton of native instruments that just kind of sounds like garbage, honestly.
And the strings are some real strings and some fake strings.
Yeah, it's me bowing on upright bass and cello.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is fun, like with fake strings, it's like kind of like one of the best things to do is just layer in one bow string, that an actual bow pull, and it makes it much more legitimate. It was also, I think, one of like Joel's like, let's do it that way instead of like, because I remember he had like a string section in when we ended this session, and he's like, yo, get it together, like write some shit for tomorrow. And I was like, after the 8 days and 4 days, I was like, I'm about to have a second baby. My wife needs me at home, or I'm dead. You know what I mean? It's like I've been gone too long. You know what I mean?
These are all
like,
parts of the reason why it took a while for this record to get finished up.
Nah, I mean, it was like we had like we had the second kid coming up, and then like, and it was like I had to make some life decisions, man. It was like, do I keep on going on the road and make life really hard for my family at home with me being gone, or do I like figure out how to stay in New York, earn a living, and it was definitely a transitional period. So that was definitely, it took me a bunch of years. I mean, I ended up like getting engineering together, and like now it's the thing I do. You know what I mean? Like
I ended up learning how to play drums a little bit better.
Oh yeah.
Since then, because at the time I didn't really know how to play yet.
You hadn't played with Lucy Pearl and things like that.
No, I was producing everything I was doing then. I do now, but I do it a bit better.
Yeah, because
this record was important because it just showed us all that we could just show up and manifest ideas.
It was
make them sound like a record immediately. Sometimes that's the better way.
Yeah,
so,
it was a huge developmental period. I mean, like doing that first Robin record was like really my first time like producing. Really producing. And like accountable to a record label and Robin and the and manager. I mean, Robin produced it along. We co-produced it together. But that led into all this stuff. Joel and all this stuff, all the analog, blah 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 blah. Yeah, it just all kind of led to this and to where both of us are now. You know what I mean? Like,
which are kings. We're kings.
Yeah, I live in Kings County.
Yeah.
She didn't cheat.